Hello, everyone. How are you, Jose?
Hello, I'm fine, and you? Hello,
I am
everyone.
doing, I am doing great. Okay, so you got the lights on? Me too. We can start now. Surprise subject. You have no idea what we're gonna
No, I have
dive
no idea.
into. Sounds great. So we can avoid at least some contamination. Let's start, Jose.
Okay.
Lie down. Perfect. Yeah, you can stay there. I'm counting from 5 to 1, Jose. Relax. 5, 4, 3, 2. Very relaxed. 2, 1. How are you feeling, Jose?
I feel okay. I feel so well.
You're good then. Let's start. This is protocol number 2. I will count from 1 to 3. On the count of 3, you will go back in time to the morning of February 24th. When Putin announced a military operation initiating the invasion of Ukraine. Observe what's happening only in relation to the etheric plane. 1, 2, 3.
Um, I see Putin um, have has many interests to invade Ukraine. I see around around him like reptiles around a big table.
Could you repeat a bit around a bit?
Big
Big
table.
table.
Yes,
Okay.
it's like meeting. They are talk each other.
Speaking to each other. Okay.
How they going to invade Ukraine? That is what I see.
Thank you, Jose. Question number 2. Who are those etherically responsible for the Russo-Ukrainian war? And what are their interests regarding February 24th, 2022?
Um, I see it's very important to that invention because they can to get so so many energy. They want to provoke um, a war to move many energy between Ukraine and Russia. I see that.
Question number 3. Do the responsible ones from the metaphysical plane communicate with the protagonists of the current conflict on the physical level? Yes, no, partially.
I see partially. Is they want to move many energy in physical plane because they need um, a motive to energy moves about the world.
Question number 4. Describe how they do that.
I see they have many interests, but they want to recover Ukraine because Ukraine has many potential, many energy. Mm, um, they want to Russia and Putin want to get Ukraine back to Russia. I see that.
Question number 5. Do they use etheric implants? Yes, no, partially.
They have implants partially. They want to. They are controlled mm, by. I see some races like reptilians. In fact, they are talking about Ukraine? What is the motive? What is the relation with Ukraine get that energy? It's like distraction for some people to get afraid and hold the war.
Question number 7. Observe and describe the most important phases of the war, beginning with February 24th, regarding the etheric plane.
Mm, I see a kind of conflict. For many races, I see reptiles in Russia and in Ukraine is another race. It's like a conflict for races, but not for humans. They want to control that part of the world, and so many countries want to get a conflict, but they try to find the way. They try to find the way how be in that conflict between Ukraine and Russia.
Okay. Question number 8. And now go to the future, to this December 31st, 2022, and observe the current situation between Russia and Ukraine and any other possible co-protagonist.
Mm, I see um, like America, United States, and they want to stay in that conflict. And in fact, they are only watching what is happening. And so the Europe, Europe is mm, they are expecting what is happening, and mm, if the conflict increase to stay together a big word, a big word.
Anything else?
Mm, no, no, that's only what I see.
Question number 9. You're still on December 31st, 2022. Observe the global repercussions of the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Hmm, I see Ukraine and Russia. They they don't have a big war, a big war because they want to get a balance between them, Ukraine and Russia.
So you don't see that the war will continue, you mean?
Mm,
No
I
big
don't.
war.
I on yes. On I see the world is in a standby, like mm, if they were in standby. Is mm, Russia is getting pressure over Ukraine, but is they want to get agree. They want to get
An
agreement,
agreement.
an
Okay.
agreement exactly.
Anything else you visualize?
No.
Okay. You say there's a lot of energy movement between Russia and Ukraine. Could you explain a little bit more? What do you mean by that?
Mm, I see Russia and Putin. They 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 are creating a simulation what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. So what is happening with the other countries like America and Europe? They want to create a big reaction with this war, but they want to. Um, um, I see Ukraine um, distribute many energy, so Russia and America and Europe and see they have a lot of I could say materials under underground, like many minerals. I see that.
Okay. The invasion of Ukraine, is it a part of a cleansing operation or is it a distraction, misdirecting attention from the reset to a new social credit system, a theater for the masses to shift our attention and not to let people think for themselves? Is it a cleansing operation or is it a distraction? What can you perceive?
Well, I see this situation is a distraction. It's a distraction. Is I see Ukraine and Russia. They were um, or they are um, together, but um, they 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 are creating a simulation of war, how the other countries, like I said before, um, how they react, how they react uh, about the situation between Ukraine and Russia.
You mean the rest of the world?
Yes, yes, but I see Ukraine is very important for Russia. So it's like Russia is like a big father for Ukraine. In fact, I see the Russia cares of Ukraine. Ukraine is very important for Russia. So they are they are creating a war for many countries don't 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 get in that war between Russia and Ukraine. Ukraine have many potential. Ukraine has many potential in in under under the under under the ground. I see
You
many minerals. So many those minerals are very important for Russia, and that simulation is very important for Russia and Ukraine. For many countries don't don't be in that war, don't get minerals
okay?
because belongs minerals those minerals belongs for Russia and Ukraine. Is um, in fact they are Russia and Ukraine trade the other countries if they are in this war and that war. But this one is a simulation. I see it's a simulation.
What about these crimes against humanity and relation of international humanitarian law are committed by some sort of neo-Nazi groups and regime in Kiev responsible for the destruction and innocent victims? What do you perceive in the etheric plane?
Well, I see many groups. Um, many groups um, like um, riots on the streets and creating disturbs.
And who's guiding them?
Mm, mm, I
Who
see
is?
I see the those riots on the streets are independent. They are um,
In the
they are
etheric plane, what do you perceive?
mm, I perceive they were They were they were sending on the streets, and I see people were attacked for them, but it's like a distraction.
A distraction for what?
Mm, to create a kind of panic. Those
What for?
those are population of Ukraine. Mm,
To create panic for what?
mm, mm, I see, that panic is for to blame Russia.
Okay. What if the whole thing is run by AI consolidating its path? What if all being pre-planned and controlled counter narrative to keep the whole concept going?
Mm, well, um, I see mm, a kind of control to. I see human get like a prisoner of that situation. That's your question. Is your question?
What if artificial intelligence is involved in all these actions,
Okay.
guiding all the movements? Because
See, uh, um,
it's
I
that
see.
the whole scenario is too clever to be played only by humans. That's what I mean. Of course, we have you have spoken about reptilians. We will see that in a minute. But I would like to know, is there any artificial intelligence also? Apparently, we do have a few already, and it's been for quite a while that it's in the planet. Anything related? What can you perceive about artificial intelligence involved in all of this?
Well, I see artificial intelligence. They want to many groups. Um, it's like I said before. It's this situation between Russia and Ukraine. It's a distractor, and I see artificial intelligence try to manipulate many people. They want to prepare like I see different groups with try to get um, like many. I see 5G antennas,
Antennas, 5G antennas, yes. What else?
and they try to control
Are
many
they
people.
active? Are
Uh,
they active, those antennas, right now?
mm, I see parts of them active, but
And
it's like they want to get us submission for many people.
control them.
Yes.
Now, others claim that there are some biological labs, and that those are the real target of the Russian attack. Biological labs, set to engineer all living things, including humans, biological weapons, testing programs.
Mm, yes, I see the mm, those 5G antennas is part of the project to control those people.
What people? What do you
And
see about the laboratory, biological laboratories? What do you see there? Are there biological laboratories in Ukraine?
mm, I see Ukraine has many laboratories. They have many potential. Is um, I see Russia. Russia is part of that situation. Protect Ukraine. So Ukraine is support by is supported by Russia.
You mean the laboratories?
Yes, yes. Ukraine has many laboratories to mm, below.
Underground? You mean below?
No. Laboratories is not underground, but they have many sources for many researchers
Okay.
researchers and for create many.
Yes, but supposedly Russia is invading Ukraine because there are laboratories that does not belong to Ukrainians, but to foreigners from other countries. And they are building things, including humans, living things. And there is also risk on release of any dangerous pathogens.
mm, well, I see Russia gives many sources for many investigations, and they get back to Russia. Ukraine get back to Russia.
The information from the laboratories, you mean?
Yes.
How about weapons, child sex, slave trafficking, ring, and drug routes into Europe, which also apparently they say is the real reason to invade Ukraine? What can you see in the etheric plane?
Mm,
Weapons, child sex, slave trafficking, drugs. What can you tell about that? Anything you perceive?
I see Ukraine. They Ukraine has not that point. Ukraine mm, is very sophisticated in its about the kind of life Ukrainians. So is draw sex and drugs and all those things, but it's not the motive.
Not the main reason.
No, it's not the main reason.
So when Putin says that any offensive system in front of their house, it's an issue of security. What is the real reason then? Which offensive in front of their house? What does he mean?
Mm, I see the many groups of different groups to wants to create uh, a big, very bad situation to Putin blame Ukraine. It's like wants to Ukraine wants to Putin. Um, I, s- I see many groups creating that situation because those groups want Putin blame Ukraine. Ukraine is not responsible about that.
If I say the world is a stage, the West is in a state of complete collapse at the moment, with all the action taken by their governments. What can you perceive?
Hmm. I see Putin, well, Russia and Putin sending a message to many countries.
What message?
They don't want to control Ukraine because Russia is there and Ukraine belongs Russia, even
Russia.
Russia, even Ukraine is independent of Russia.
Okay, but it still belongs to Russia.
Yes.
What if the whole thing is a puppet show? They all work together. Is Putin going to save the world from the Great Reset? Or is he playing his part on the big club? What can you
Hmm.
perceive?
No, Putin is playing. Putin's playing mm, with with those countries. They want to the countries. Those countries want to stay with Ukraine because Ukraine ha, has many sources. Is very rich in many materials.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Jose.
Mm, I see Ukraine mm, has many oil is Ukraine control sources like oil and many minerals. Ukraine is very rich.
Now, what can you perceive in the metaphysical plane on this phrase? Pushing a bear and a dragon into a corner. Don't be surprised to see them pushing back.
Oh, I see Putin. I see Putin. I see Putin very peaceful. He's he feels he's controlling the situation about Ukraine and Russia, and the other countries. In fact, they have afraid about the collapse for because is they don't have to control uh, like a money of and hold the world.
Okay. Now, who do you perceive as the dragon?
Mm, well, I see a dragon, but it's like he, the dragon where
Flies over where?
fly exactly.
He's, he's flying over where? Where is
Yes.
he flying? Where? Where is that dragon? Over what country?
Mm, I see the dragon is flying over Russia, like he were protecting Russia.
And the bear? Who's the bear?
Mm, I see the bear on the land, but in the border between Ukraine and Russia, like is where to protect all the border.
Okay. Now, you said you see Pudding sitting on a big table, meeting with some or around, having around reptiles,
Hmm. Yes.
talking about invading Ukraine.
Um,
Could you explain a
i-
little bit more about that, please?
Well, I see how Putin and the reptiles are talking each other about the situation, how try to um, how how Putin and reptiles what they gonna do with the situation between Ukraine and Russia, but specifically with the other countries. In fact, they are um, I see like reptiles giving is kind of power to Putin. How manage the situation and
Okay.
on what is happening with the other countries in relation Russia and Ukraine.
Okay. So now, confirm DNA of Putin. 100% human. Can you define that, please?
Mm, I see 50% human and 30% reptiles and the rest artificial intelligence.
Okay. So, is he the original Putin? The real one?
Mm, I see it. Putin has a pact with the reptiles. Reptiles.
And what is the pact? You mean this Putin? Or is there an original one, a previous one that is not this one, right now making war with Ukraine? Is this the original Putin?
Mm, I see reptiles like when they have a meeting with Putin. I see Putin like he transform the way he is I see represents uh, he he looks different for humans and different for reptiles. It's
Okay,
like
now go ahead. I'm sorry, Jose. Go ahead.
um,
It's like,
it's it's he looks different for humans, and when he's meeting
with reptiles.
with the reptiles, he looks different.
How how does he look like?
I see his face transformed like reptiles.
Okay. Does he grows a tail?
Mm, I can see a tail,
Yes or
but
no? No.
I can see a tail.
You yes can see a tail or you cannot see a tail.
I can see a tail.
Okay. And when they meet, where do they meet? Do they meet on Earth or do they meet on a ship? How do they meet?
Mm, they meet in a big room. I see a big room.
Where? Where is the big room?
Mm, in Russia, is the meeting is not in the space or
Okay, it's on
or
ground on Earth.
mhm,
And
yes.
when Putin was born, is this the same guy than the one that was born originally 20 years ago, 30 years ago? Are we talking about the same Putin?
Well, I see he is not the same when he was born. Is was modified the DNA, mm, and
so,
in fact,
so in fact, I'm sorry.
I see um, he's getting more communications with those races, with those reptiles. That's the reason why Russia is getting more power over the world. Is
Okay.
more
And where is your
powerful.
for?
Is more powerful than America.
And where is the one, the original Putin? Or is he the original and modified?
Mm, well, I see mm, the original was modified
Modified?
modified his DNA. It's like were transformed his body.
So you visualize the same one that was born being the same one now, but with DNA modified?
Yes.
And who's giving him the orders? Describe the person that gives Putin the orders. What entity is it? What race? What
Mm,
species?
mm. Well, I see um, reptiles.
Okay, how many that he has around right now where you see him in the on the table? On the table.
Well, I see around the table. Is that your
How
question?
many? How many reptiles?
I see them reptiles.
How many? One, two, 10? How many around him?
I see them.
10. And they are under the command of whom? Who is above these reptiles?
Well, I see in front of Putin mm, the leader. Around the leader is mm, like partners.
Okay, but they are getting orders from higher up. Who is higher up? Up, up, go up. Who is the one giving the orders for the war? Who's really giving orders? Above
Mm,
reptiles.
I see. I see the reptiles speaking with Putin. How create that war to
Okay.
to distract many countries because they want to get many sources of energy around the world. It's a kind of the unbalance.
Yes, but these reptiles have a boss that is above them, that gives the orders that they give to Putin. Who is above those reptiles? Can you
Mm,
visualize
mm,
another entity higher
mm,
up?
I can see about them who give the order to them. Only I see
Them.
reptiles are speaking with Putin.
Okay, find the one that is getting the information into. Can you see any type of implant on Putin that he has implants in the body?
Mm, yes, I see um, implants, and they are those implants are running his blood, in his blood.
Implants inside the blood. Okay, where
Yes.
else?
And mm, in his brain.
What does he?
I see that's the way the reptiles get communication with Putin, and mm, mm, like a telepathic communication when they are um, when they will have a meeting.
Okay. Anything else you see on Putin?
No, no.
And where is his etheric body? Can you see the etheric body of Putin?
Mm, I can see etheric body of Putin. I
No
see.
etheric?
No, it's only controlled by himself.
Probably the AI. And what about the essence? Is there any essence in there?
Mm, no, I can see uh, essence Putin. It's
No
like
essence.
no, it's like his essence were encapsulated.
It's encapsulated. The essence.
Yes,
You can
when those reptiles
did modifications.
um, I see uh, I see reptiles when reptiles speaking with Putin, the essence Putin is like encapsulated.
Okay. And he's just working out of a artificial intelligence inside a body. That's what you mean?
Yes,
A body which is 50% human, 30%
yes,
reptile.
yes.
And the one that is in control is always which one in his body? The reptile or the intelligence, artificial intelligence?
Mm, when Putin has communication with reptiles, um, DNA reptile dominate more than human DNA, and artificial intelligence has a part of or is part of the project to control Putin.
Okay. Ask the reptile in charge. We would like to ask him some questions. We're doing an investigation. Is it okay?
Yes.
How are you? What is your end means on this war between Ukraine and Russia? What are you trying to do in the planet?
For us, it's very important the energy between Ukraine and Russia to create a unbalance energy unbalance for rest of the world. So Russia is very important for us. Russia has many energy.
Russia has a lot of energy, nice people, strong people. And the idea is just to get the energy for you to feed on us as the usual.
Yes, energy is very important for us.
What else? What else is this war giving you?
Mm, how the world the world reacts, how many countries react, and what is the way they try to find a hopeless,
Try to find, I'm sorry?
try to find a
Hope.
hope and faith.
Okay, so you are creating all this chaos between these two countries through all your government people that you control all over the world in order to see how we, the common people, react. So
Yes,
it's some sort of experiment you are doing with
yes,
us.
yes. It's like an experiment
But you've been doing this for centuries. What do you get out of that aside from energy and getting your daily food? I mean,
because 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 war always experiment many wars, and wars create energy for us.
but can you just get the energy out of the planet? Here you can get it from inside the planet. There's plenty. All the volcanoes, you know, there's plenty of energy. You don't need to drain it from humans.
Yes, it's human energy. Human energy is very important for us.
Why is it so important? What is the delicacy that you get out of our energy? Is it different? In the end, everything is energy. We are all energy. You are energy. We are inside a hologram. We are inside a game, really. We are all playing this game together. And I think maybe once we could really work together instead of doing all these wars unnecessarily. You can still feed on energy.
It's necessary for us and unnecessary for you.
Why for us?
We always take the energy because human always has afraid. They don't believe in yourself.
In themselves. Yes, because they are blinded. Because your governments work, our governments work with you. They are completely in a state like the one we see Putin right now. And of course, many people are after money and their own survival, not thinking about when they leave this planet, what's going to happen to them if they don't start working through their inside. Are you receiving orders from other entities or are you working by yourselves? Or
Here we are working by ourselves.
on whose orders? There's got to be somebody else above you.
Yes, but now I have orders to create this war between
And
Ukraine and Putin.
and how long are you planning on expanding the war?
The time is necessary to the war between Russia and Ukraine.
But an estimate in Earth years, months, days?
Around 1 month.
Around 1 month.
Yes.
So we should give Putin a trophy because he finished with planetary, with a sanitary problem that we have on health, the issue on health, on COVID. Now everybody is thinking about war between Ukraine and Russia. They were not smart enough to fight for their freedom, their own freedom, but now they are taking Ukraine's and Russia ideal freedom on themselves without knowing what will happen to them after those medicines. Were you involved in those? Were you in charge?
No, I'm not in charge.
What about the ancient space arc that is, I believe, like 25 kilometers east of Khersonaset, Khersonaset, to be activated and predicted to eventually begin flying into the air? Is it the reason also Russia chose to intervene now in Ukraine? The arc?
I don't know. I don't understand what are you trying to tell me.
There is an arc in Ukraine apparently that they discover in there. Russia has another apparently. I don't know if it's a spaceship or something that is in Ukraine. What can you tell me about that?
Mm, that, that it's a distraction.
So there's no arc?
No,
I thought there was an arc. And Russia isn't supposed to have another one already discovered?
Russia has a one.
Russia has one.
Yes,
And supposedly they were instructed on how to operate it, correct?
yes.
Are they able to use it or not? Or they still don't know how to operate it?
Mm, they still not operated
How come? Why?
because they don't believe it's necessary.
Okay. What would you tell the people that are listening this video about this war that you are working with Putin? Anything you can say?
No,
Can you see the stars out there? Can you see the planets?
See. Yes, I see.
Can you describe them? What do you see when you're out there?
I see stars, stars around the Earth and the planets, but only I get in focus in the Earth.
Where do you live? Where is your home planet?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Thank you very much. Disconnect, Jose. Disconnect. Okay. What could you perceive out of all this?
They, I perceive they have many times on the Earth, many times on the Earth, try to controlling what is happening in the Earth.
It's all a game, and we're just in between.
Mm, is is very is like a game, like a game.
And do a projection as how long will this war last? Go until December of this 2022. What can you see about this war? Ukraine, Russia, Putin. What can you perceive?
I perceive like it's I say repetition is continuing.
Is the war going to go all the way to December, or is it going to finish in a month, 2 months, 3 months? What do you see?
Mm, I see this word don't be for long time.
It's not going to be for a long time, okay? Anything else you perceive?
Uh, Ukraine and Russia, they will be together, even they are independent countries because they need each other.
Sounds nice. What else? Anything else you would like to add?
Mm, it's very important. It's very important for Russia keep communication with Ukraine for many sources Ukraine has. Ukraine has many sources for Russia.
Resources for
Mm,
Russia.
mm, I see oil, many minerals they can use for create artificial energy to generate mm, power for many countries. In this case, is for Russia.
Okay. What else?
Um, I see Ukraine without conflicts and a peaceful country.
I like that very much. Peace on earth. Anything you want to add?
No, no,
Okay.
it's, it's all.
How are you feeling?
I feel fine.
Are
I
you
feel,
completely disconnected from this guy we just spoke to?
yes.
Okay. We're going to transmit this information from this investigation, from this session into the ether. And we're going to call all the subliminal parts of all humans who do not want this war. And together we will create a dimensional portal of peace in which each subliminal part will create their own vision of peace at maximum frequency. So maybe it on the count of three. Observe on which frequency the peace portal vibrates. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. Tell me about the portal, the peace portal, the vibration. What can you perceive?
Mm. I see a portal with high frequency and like the that frequency is to increase a kind of peace. I see how the portal absorbs that energy. That's what I see.
What energy? Good or bad energy?
The portal is absorbing bad energy. I see that portal over above Russia and Ukraine,
Okay.
absorbing
Okay.
that bad energy.
Check the future aspects of the peace portal in there now.
Mm, I see Ukraine and Russia very quiet, very peaceful, and the portal is continuing absorbing that energy. It's like a fog, white fog.
Getting through.
Is going up like a tornado.
Here, like a tornado. Sounds good. Okay. Okay, Jose. I think that is good enough for today. We leave it there. Thank you very much. Very good job, as usual. Thank you very much. Now we prepare to return. Disconnect. Disconnect from all and everything. Let's go back to our present. Check how you are, Jose. How is your field?
I'm
Clean.
checking. I'm checking myself, and I'm increasing my frequency.
Eliminate any trace that could have been left. High frequency now.
Yeah, my
Expand.
frequency is
Great.
is great. Yeah.
Okay. Expanding essence. Removing any residue and let it spread completely. My body okay, Jose?
Yes.
Can you see your toroidal field? Tu cuerpo toroidal. Can you see it?
Yes.
How is it?
Is my vibration and my frequency is great.
How about mine?
Is expanded.
Okay. Going to an optimal point. We are going to disconnect from everything and everyone. Back to the earthly dimension, back to matter, to our dimension. Our body begins to awaken. Feel your body rested, strong muscles, wonderful sensation of peace, happiness, serenity, well being throughout our body, Jose. and feeling very peaceful. Sexual energy coming up on the count of 3. Very happy. You open up your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Nice trip, Jose.
Yeah, it was nice.
I really thank you for this. Did you like the body of Putin? His implants? How did you see him?
Mm, I see him working for another entities like reptiles.
And the reptile that we spoke to. How did it look? Was he upset? Was he happy? Was he just, he couldn't care less about what he
Mm,
was telling us?
they were they were relaxed, just
Just giving the information
just
we asked.
just talking, speaking with Putin,
And
like
talking to us at the same time.
yes,
Well, there's nothing we can do. It's part of the game we're in. We just need to understand how it works and play it all the way, I guess.
yes,
Anyway, let's hope for the best on this war, that it will end up soon and everybody will have some peace all around the world. Let's hope that this portal, that it's open for peace, is being done with everybody from all languages. We are not the only ones. And hope for the best for the world. Information is in the ether, and hopefully people will be able to get the information, and maybe some will wake up. Thank you, Jose.
thank you, Maria and everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Buenos días.
Dzień dobry.
Bienvenidos a este primer vídeo de Disclosure en español y polaco.
Bardzo Was serdecznie witamy na tym nowym wideo, które będzie w języku hiszpańskim i polskim na kanale Disclosures.
Vamos a producir mucho más vídeos en futuro como estos vídeos informativos.
W przyszłości stworzymy dużo więcej takich wideo, które będą Was informowały o różnych rzeczach.
Porque estamos notando que cuanto más se va divulgando este trabajo, estas hipnosis por internet, también cuanto más mala información se está difundiendo.
A to dlatego, że zauważyliśmy, że im więcej wstawiamy sesji z naszymi hipnozami, tym więcej jakby informacji sprzecznych zaczyna się rozprzestrzeniać.
Y entonces hoy vamos a hablar de las sesiones investigativas.
Więc dzisiaj będziemy mówić o sesjach badawczych.
Porque estoy viendo que hay personas que a lo mejor se dedican a una sesión con una persona, se van a algún lugar, preguntan algo y lo poco de información que pueden extraer de una sesión se lo creen como si fuera oro, completamente puro oro.
Bo zauważyłem, że są takie sesje i takie osoby, które robią jedną sesję z jedną osobą na dany temat i kiedy wychodzi tam jakaś informacja, to jest ona odbierana jakby to było rzeczywiście coś niesamowicie wiarygodnego, jakby to było czyste złoto.
Yo os digo que la sesión así dicha investigativa no existe.
Ja chciałbym Wam powiedzieć, że sesja badawcza tak naprawdę nie istnieje.
Entonces podríais como preguntar, entonces cuando haces una sesión a un cliente y preguntas cosas, ¿por qué preguntas?
Więc mógłbyś mi zadać pytanie, więc skoro robisz jakąś sesję z jakąś osobą i zadajesz jej pytania, to właściwie po co je w ogóle zadajesz?
Sí, sabemos que la información en hipnosis está muy, pero de verdad muy contaminada.
My bardzo dobrze wiemy, że informacja, która wychodzi podczas hipnozy, jest niezwykle, ale to niezwykle zanieczyszczona.
Y esa información, así como sale de la hipnosis, no podemos tomarla como conocimiento, como investigación.
Więc takiej informacji, która wychodzi podczas sesji hipnozy, nie bierzemy nigdy jako takiej informacji, która jest rzeczywiście bardzo prawdziwa, zgodna z prawdą i oczywista.
En el caso de sesiones a clientes, la información que sacamos nos sirve por otro objetivo. El objetivo es llegar a la causa de su problema y trabajar.
Te informacje, które uzyskujemy podczas sesji dla klientów, służą nam zupełnie do czegoś innego. Celem jest to, żeby znaleźć przyczynę i pracować nad nią.
Pero ¿qué significa que la información está contaminada? ¿Cuánto está contaminada y por qué?
Ale co to właściwie oznacza informacja zanieczyszczona? Kiedy jest zanieczyszczona i dlaczego jest zanieczyszczona?
Hay que saber que cuando nosotros pedimos una información y nos llega a través de una persona en hipnosis, esta información sale de una fuente, para así decirlo, y atraviesa muchas dimensiones, muchas densidades.
Kiedy prosimy o jakąś informację podczas sesji, to ta informacja, powiedzmy to w ten sposób, pochodzi z jakiegoś źródła, ale w międzyczasie przechodzi przez wiele gęstości i wiele wymiarów.
Y también pasa por conciencias, por inteligencias. Esa información viene atrapada en el éter por varios seres.
Ale ta informacja przechodzi też przez wiele umysłów, wiele świadomości, istnieje w eterze i może być przechwycona również przez wiele bytów.
Estos seres, estas inteligencias, pueden voluntariamente o involuntariamente distorsionarla.
I te byty, te istoty lub świadomości mogą ją zniekształcić świadomie lub nieświadomie.
Y además, la persona que está en hipnosis tiene sus creencias, su mentalidad, sus perspectivas, sus opiniones. Esta estructura mental contamina también esta información.
A co więcej, osoba, która jest w stanie hipnozy, ma swoje własne przekonania, swoje własne wartości i wierzenia, swoją własną mentalność i przez tą właśnie strukturę całą mentalną również może dojść do jeszcze kolejnego zanieczyszczenia.
Y además, si nosotros queremos investigar, por ejemplo, una persona o un ser que no tiene ninguna conexión con el ambiente hipnótico donde estamos trabajando, esta persona puede no autorizar la salida de informaciones de sí mismo.
A co więcej, jeśli połączymy się z jakąś istotą, która absolutnie nie należy do tego środowiska hipnotycznego, w którym pracujemy, taka istota może nie zgodzić się na przekazanie informacji.
Si hay interacción, si hay interferencias entre un ser y otro, es posible que circule información por las conexiones, por los pactos.
Jeśli jest jakaś interferencja między dwoma istotami, to wtedy dzięki tym paktom, albo przez te pakty, przez to połączenie, które istnieje, rzeczywiście wychodzą informacje.
Pero si en aquella sesión en concreto ese ser o esa persona se va a cuestionar y no hay ninguna conexión, es muy improbable que llegue una información autorizada.
Ale jeśli zdarza się tak, że łączymy się z istotą, która nie ma z tym nic wspólnego, to jest bardzo mało prawdopodobne, że dostaniemy jakąś informację.
Entonces, imaginemos que queremos investigar sobre un personaje famoso de la historia.
No, na przykład wyobraźmy sobie, że chcielibyśmy otrzymać informację o jakiejś osobie niezwykle znanej, historycznej.
Si no tenemos de alguna manera alguna conexión con los elementos del ambiente hipnótico y esta persona, aunque no esté conectada, no autoriza esta información, pues no llega.
Więc jeśli wyobrazimy sobie, że ta osoba nie jest w żaden sposób połączona z tym środowiskiem hipnotycznym, w którym pracujemy, może się tak zdarzyć, że absolutnie nie zezwoli na żadne przekazywanie informacji na swój temat.
Y cuando pasa esto, hay siempre o casi siempre alguna entidad que se aprovecha de la situación.
I kiedy to się dzieje, zazwyczaj pojawia się jakiś byt, który wykorzystuje tę sytuację.
Se puede presentar con la supuesta identidad de la persona o del ser que estamos buscando, o puede, de todas formas, modificar o inventar una información por su cuenta, por su personal ventaja.
Może zrobić dwie rzeczy. Albo przyjąć, zidentyfikować się z osobą, o której chcemy zrobić tę sesję, przyjąć jej tożsamość, albo zmienić informacje, które chcielibyśmy otrzymać, tak aby to działało na jej korzyść.
Nosotros en sesión a clientes podemos trabajar porque el cliente nos autoriza a trabajar en él en su sesión.
Podczas sesji dla klientów możemy pracować nad takimi informacjami, bo otrzymujemy zgodę na informacje właśnie dzięki temu klientowi.
Y podemos trabajar con sus seres queridos, por ejemplo, o con los seres que interfieren con ella, propio porque hay estas conexiones.
I możemy pracować na przykład z istotami, które kocha ta dana osoba, lub z bytami, które w nią ingerują, właśnie przez to połączenie, które tam istnieje.
Entonces, hay una gran diferencia entre la sesión a un cliente para solucionar sus problemas y hacer sesiones para investigar.
Dlatego istnieje taka duża różnica między sesjami, które robimy dla klientów, aby rozwiązać ich problemy, i między sesjami takimi poszukiwawczymi, badawczymi.
Por eso digo que no existe una sesión investigativa.
I dlatego właśnie Wam mówię, że nie istnieje coś takiego jak sesja badawcza.
Lo que existe es un protocolo de sesiones de investigación.
To, co istnieje, to pewien protokół sesji badawczych.
Hay que seguir un protocolo y hay que ejecutar una serie de sesiones y con personas diferentes.
Więc trzeba zawsze śledzić ten sam protokół, a jednocześnie wykonać wiele sesji z różnymi osobami.
El protocolo tiene que ser único, unívoco, porque hay que preguntar en un tema las mismas preguntas para ir en la misma dirección.
Ten protokół powinien być zawsze taki sam, ponieważ należy zadawać takie same pytania, tak aby iść zawsze w tym samym kierunku.
Cuanto más está restringido este espacio de investigación, cuanto más podemos tener más probabilidad de tener buena información.
Im bardziej zawężamy obszar naszych poszukiwań, tym bardziej prawdopodobne będzie, że otrzymamy dobre informacje.
Sí, podemos también aumentar este espacio, pero tenemos que aumentar proporcionalmente el número de sesiones por hacer.
Możemy oczywiście rozszerzyć ten obszar, ale wtedy będziemy zmuszeni również rozszerzyć ilość tych sesji.
Luego, cuando tenemos una grande serie de sesiones, pero estamos hablando de centenas o hasta de millares de sesiones.
I wtedy mówimy o olbrzymiej liczbie sesji, od setki po tysiące.
Tenemos que recoger toda aquella información que es común a todas o a casi todas estas sesiones hechas.
I wtedy musimy pozbierać te informacje, które są wspólne dla wszystkich bądź prawie wszystkich tych sesji.
Esta información común vais a ver que es un porcentaje muy pequeño con respecto a la totalidad de la información.
I zobaczycie, że ta informacja wspólna będzie naprawdę niewielkim odsetkiem tych informacji, które się tam pojawią.
Son pepitas de oro.
To są takie malutkie ziarenka.
Es como si nosotros vamos a un río, vamos a coger este filtro, vamos a coger muchísima arena para recoger solo muy pocas pepitillas de oro.
I można to przyrównać do poszukiwania złota, kiedy filtruje się dno rzeki, zbiera się mnóstwo piasku, a na koniec pojawiają się maleńkie ziarenka złota.
Esa sí que es información de oro.
I to jest właśnie ta informacja złota.
Si hoy podemos decir que hay seres que interfieren bastante con el ser humano y que tienen formas de animales reptiles o de animales a forma de insectos, etcétera, es porque todo esto sale desde que se empezaron las sesiones de hipnosis y hay muchísimas, millares y millares con esta información común.
I jeśli dzisiaj możemy powiedzieć, że są ingerencje, które przybierają formy albo reptilii, albo jakichś insektów, to dlatego, że takie informacje wychodzą od początku naszych sesji hipnotycznych i są wspólne i jest ich tysiące.
Pero si yo digo que en la ciudad de Nueva York en el 1452, en aquel punto, había una casa que vivía un viejo que se llamaba Tom, pues solo en aquella sesión ha salido y cuanto más contaminada puede ser, no lo va a saber nadie.
Ale jeśli chciałabym powiedzieć, przekazać taką informację, że w Nowym Jorku w 1452 roku stał taki a taki dom, w którym mieszkał taki a taki starszy pan o imieniu Tom, to nie mam pojęcia, jak bardzo zanieczyszczona będzie ta informacja.
Así entonces se hace investigación. Es un trabajo muy largo, muy duro y tiene que ser hecho con un protocolo riguroso y severo.
A więc właśnie w taki sposób należy robić sesje badawcze. Jest to proces bardzo długi, ciężki i który wymaga bardzo restrykcyjnego protokołu.
Entonces, por esto que nosotros ya vamos a empezar a hacer ciclos de investigación.
I właśnie dlatego zaczniemy teraz robić takie cykle badawcze.
La estructura del team, que cada vez va creciendo siempre más, y el número de clientes que cada día contactan con nosotros, nos permiten organizar estos ciclos de investigación.
I ponieważ struktura naszego zespołu cały czas się powiększa, a także liczba klientów, którzy kontaktują się z nami każdego dnia, te czynniki pozwalają nam na to, żebyśmy zrobili taki cykl badawczy.
Creo que ya he dicho todo, o casi todo. Cualquier pregunta podéis escribirla en los comentarios del vídeo o donde sea publicado el vídeo.
Myślę, że powiedziałem wszystko, bądź prawie wszystko, a jeśli macie jakieś pytania, to proszę zadajcie je pod tym wideo.
Gracias por vuestra atención.
Dziękujemy za waszą uwagę.
Y gracias a ti, Milena.
Gracias a ti, Calo. Dziękujemy.
Chao.
Ciao.